Saints-Falcons. Saints are getting 3 at Atlanta. Was last year's Saints defense a fluke? I mean, they didn't get killed against the Browns, but and they got that throw to Callaway. I don't know how they gave that up in the last minute of the game. I don't know how they let him get behind the defense. It was ridiculous. It was terrible.
You know, the Saints defense last year wasn't great early on either. They got off to a pretty bad start. Got it turned around in like week 3, week 4, something like that. So I think maybe there's still some hope there. What they're going to have to do is play well in the red zone against the Falcons. I mean, we've seen that. That's been such a big focal point for the Falcons this year. They can move the ball up and down the field. It's a matter of what happens once they get inside the 20. We saw in week 1 where they were terrible and what happened and they lose. And we saw last week against the Panthers where they were great again in the red zone and they win the game. So that's got to be a huge focal point for the New Orleans defense.
So this is your scares the hell out of you game this week.
Yeah, it is, because I don't know what the Falcons are. And like I said, so much of it revolves around that red zone and Steve Sarkisian as the offensive coordinator and what he's doing, what he's calling. They were, like I said, they were terrible in week 1, but they were great last week. This is a team that many people were picked in to be a Super Bowl contender, and in week 1 they didn't play it. And Matt Ryan, we talked about last week, Matt Ryan didn't look good, and he looked his fastball looked a little slow, and I think there was some cause for concern. Maybe they got healthy last week against Carolina, and it'll be a different story going into New Orleans. But I'm still not 100% sure that this is a Falcons team that's going to be great. But they're at home. They're against one of their biggest rivals, so they tend to do better that way. I think they're going to be okay this week, but it's still a little scary to think about. Are they an upper echelon team for sure? I think that we don't know yet.
Okay. Right now we've got 58% Falcons from the experts that are in. Against the points, we've got 60% Saints. Even with 3 points, that's a little weird. But okay. I am going.
People are saying that's going to be a really close game then.
I'm going Falcons. I like them. I like the way they played last week against the Panthers. I thought they looked pretty good. And that game was not as close as the score indicated.
Yeah.
So
no, I got Falcons straight up and -3.